Welcome back. As I promised, I will be discussing the linear function. And I want to start with this introduction that a function can be expressed in text. You can give a story on a function in ordinary words, in a sentence. Or you can represent that in a formula, like this one now. Y is equal to 3x minus 2. Or you can represent that by table. And the last one, you can represent that by using your graph. Okay, let's see the table. Table is always x and y. The good thing with linear function is it's enough to have 2 points to connect them, and then you have the graph. But for the purposes that we're not going to graph it, but the purposes that we want to have the different values of x and y, then I will give you maybe 4 values. And then I always start with the easiest one, 0. And then I will -1 there, and then 1, and then 2. And then to evaluate that, that means you have y is equal to 3 times -1 minus 2. So we have -3 minus 2, then we have -5 there. Next is 3 times 0 minus 2, then we have -2 there. That means 3 times 0 is 0, minus 2 is -2. And then we have y is equal to 3 times +1 minus 2, and we have 3 times 1 is 3, minus 2 is 1. And then y is equal to 3 times 2 minus 2, then we have 6 minus 2. Then that is 4. If we want to graph this, then we will go here. We'll remove that. As you can see, why I cannot remove that? Okay, now I removed it. So for example, we have when x is equal to -1, y is equal to -5. So when x is equal to -1, y is equal to -5. Then I have here, there I go. And then when x is equal to 0, then we have y is equal to -2. 0, then y is equal to -2. Am I doing the right thing now? (3x minus 2), yes. And then when x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1. -1. Now I am sorry for that. For this now. -1. Sorry for that. This one is wrong. -1 is -5. There you go. And then when x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1. 1 and 1. There you go. And then when x is equal to 2, y is equal to 4. Y is equal to 4. There you go. So if I'm going to put a line on them, if I'm going to connect all of this, then I have the straight line. Okay, let's take more example. So y is equal to, maybe I will take another pen so that you will not be, I want that pen. Y is equal to, I want, is equal to negative 2x plus 5. So if I'm going to put that in table, I will start with the easiest, as I've said, 0. So when x is 0, so y is equal to negative 2 times 0 plus 5. Then I have 5. When x is equal to negative 1, so y is equal to negative 2 times negative 1 plus 5. Then we have negative will be positive. Then I have 7. When I have 1, y is equal to negative 2 times 1 plus 5. And we have negative 2 plus 5, that is 3. Y is equal to negative 2 when it is 2 times 2 plus 5. Then I have negative 4 and then 1. Okay, if we're going to put that in the graph, draw that in a graph, or all the coordinates now. When x is negative 1, then y is 7. So x, I will just put, oh sorry, I'm going to remove that. And my graph, put there now. What I said now, sorry, I forgot. Negative 1 and 7. Negative 1 and 7. I have negative 1 and 7. There you go. Negative 1 and 7. There you go. And 0, that's positive 5. I remember. 0 and 5. And then 1, 3, 2, 1. 1 and 3. And then 2, 1. If I'm going to connect those lines, then I have a straight line. Now, the difference between this line, the black one that I just did, and the green one is that the green one increases. The black one, the black line decreases. Why? You can see the answer here. When I have this one is positive, then increases. If this one is negative, as you can see here with my second example, that is, it will decrease. As I've said, linear function is always in this. Y is equal to mx plus b. So, if I'm going to my next, y is equal to mx plus b. M is, we call the slope. Y is the independent variable. Sorry, I should say it should be x is the independent. Y is the dependent variable. And B is the y-intercept. if I'm going back to my examples, 3, in this example number 1, 3 is my slope, and negative 2 is my y-intercept. I'm going to explain more about it later. In my second example, negative 2 is my slope, and 5 is my intercept. If I'm going to look for that now, I'm going to explain for the intercept first. My intercept on my first example is negative 2, as you can see here. There you go. That means when x is equal to 0, then y is equal to b. So if I'm going to write something here now, the coordinate of this is 0 and negative 2. And the coordinate of this point is 0 and 5. As you can see here, the intercept is always x is equal to 0. Here, I will use this. There and there. So when x is equal to 0, then you have got your intercept. Remember that. Okay? So on my next video, I will be discussing more about slope. What does it mean for the slope? Okay, so see you around, and I hope that you learned something in this video lecture.